Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another Steam Unsupported games testing marathon. No, I don't know, part 3 anyway today. So first game we're going to look at is Batman Arkham City, which from the stuff it installs seems like it's very similar to the Arkham Asylum version, or the Arkham Asylum game. But yes, this one, according to ProtonDB, works perfectly fine, and that is sort of what I saw when running this game. I'm unsure if, obviously, because I have the Proton Hacks DLLs installed that were missing from Arkham Asylum, but like I say, presumably because it's got a really high rating on ProtonDB, this one is fine to do, or to play, I should say. You've just got the launcher and stuff to navigate, which is not quite as easy when I'm using the capture card, unfortunately. But yeah, everything runs and sounds and works as you would expect. On medium settings again, and yeah, running it pretty much, as really close to 60 as you could want, I suppose. Yeah, no complaints on that one. Working fine. And then next thing we'll look at is XCOM Declassified: The Bureau, which is an interesting game, I guess is probably the best way to put it. So upon booting this up, everything installs as you would expect, and as we've seen from all the other games. It does give you two different options to start the game up in. Presumably one of them is DX9, because the other one denotes the fact that it's DX11. So booting the game up in DX9, the game works exactly as you would expect. The shooting works, the movement works. I've totally forgotten how to play the game by this point, because it's been several years since I last booted this one up. But yeah, no issues whatsoever. Sound was fine, cutscenes were fine, settings and everything else were fine. It worked straight out of the box in terms of the controls as well. The frame rate was pretty decent also. No complaints. If this is a game that you want to play, I would suggest if you just boot it up normally, it works perfectly fine, really. The issue that I had is because I was quite curious to see, okay, well, it works under normal circumstances, but you've given me two options upon booting for normal start and also DX11 start. So DX11 boots up sort of as you would expect. However, the input commands apart from the touchscreen don't work. Now I'm not sure why this is. I tried changing around to some different controller configurations, ones that have been made by the community, to see if that helped at all, and it didn't look like it did. It may only work with like keyboard commands or something, which I didn't try out. But yeah, only my touchscreen was working, and these games don't really like to work on the touchscreen. They go a bit mad when you do touch the touchscreen on the Steam Deck. So yeah, I don't know. DX11 should, in theory, work in terms of the game starts up and everything, but yeah, some further investigation would be needed. But I'll be honest, I'm not really too fussed about XCOM Declassified. I was quite looking forward to it when it came out, but it didn't blow me away, and the fact that the normal launch works is enough for me to say you can play this on your Steam Deck pretty trouble-free, to be honest. So we're 2 for 2 so far as we look to boot up the original Darksiders. I don't think I've ever played this one before, actually, so there you go. I think it was one of the ones I got free in a bundle. But effectively, it has to go through its own separate installation process once you've gone through the initial Steam boot up. It is worth saying, of course, there is the Darksiders. Is it War something? Warlord Edition? I don't know what it's called. But the one that they released is a bit remastered. War Mastered. That's it. War Mastered Edition. So yeah, once you get through the pretty janky installation process, obviously DX9 doesn't want to work anyway, even if you try and install it. But you do get in, and none of the cutscenes work at the beginning, which is you have to sort of like press start and A, and eventually you do get into the game. But the thing I've noticed is there aren't any menus to speak of. But the game works really well once you're in it. Constant 60 FPS. Of course, it's an older game. I would expect the hardware to run this at 60 FPS, no problem. Really, janky to get it started for sure. From what I gather, looking on ProtonDB, the War Mastered Edition works fine. I believe I've slept since I had a look at that, but yes, that would probably obviously be the way to go. This is technically will boot, and I guess you could play the game all the way through if you never needed to go in the main menu or go into the start menu. The map works, but the menu seemingly doesn't. So yeah, a bit of a difficult one with this one. I guess it sort of does work. It works in the sense of you can play it, but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't give this one a full pass, but like I say, you'll probably be playing the War Mastered Edition anyway, I would have thought. So the penultimate game is one I've literally had 0 requests for. But yeah, I don't know, just because of its status, I guess I felt the need we should include this at some point. Duke Nukem Forever. It's obviously a mess of a game, but fortunately for any of you that do want to play Duke Nukem Forever, hopefully not forever, it works perfectly fine and no issues whatsoever. Ran, like I say, ran as you would expect it to. I can only think that the new Proton release, Proton 7.0, has added a good amount of support for DX9. It seems. I don't know whether that is the official line or not. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, it controlled really well. I don't know if they've actually genuinely made improvements to this game since the last time I played it in 2012 or 2013 or whenever it was, but the controls seem better than before. I mean, the game is still obviously ridiculous and looks horrendous as well. But look, if you want to play it, you can do. Didn't try the multiplayer, obviously, because no doubt the servers are down, I would have thought. But yeah, that's it, really. I don't have too much else to say on it. You can see the gameplay and it works as well as it looks, basically. So yeah, I don't think we'll linger on this one too much. We'll move on to the ultimate game on this list. So last one I looked at is Assassin's Creed 2. It's the only Assassin's Creed game I have on the Steam Deck. Unfortunately, it went all the way through to Ubisoft's login through the Assassin's Creed 2 bit, but it just doesn't seem to work. It didn't take my credentials, tried creating a new account, told me that the service was down. So I'll be honest, I left it. I'm not really that interested in trying too hard with Ubisoft's game. It's got like a bronze, I think, rating or a silver rating on ProtonDB anyway, so it seems like it's a bit of a fool's errand to get it working. I'm not honestly that bothered. It didn't work off the bat, and I think for me that's basically all I need to know. So apologies if that is a game you wanted to play. Obviously you can look into it more yourself, but yeah, it will need a substantial workaround, I'd imagine, to get this one working. Maybe even running Uplay natively at some point when we get a decent Windows build for the deck or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Some pretty good results. 3.5 out of 5, I guess you'd say. So yeah, it seems like there's, like I say, I keep saying every time, there's a lot more compatibility there that's not reflected in the status on these games. Like I say, it must just be the improvements that have been made on Proton. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.